Okay, today I'm going to do a video on canine genetic health defects that a dog can inherit, and all purebred animals are susceptible to genetic defects simply because they usually have come from a pretty limited gene pool in the process of making them purebred. And dogs are no different. And today I'm going to be going over the genetic defects that you'd expect to look for in a collie if you was going to buy a rough collie puppy or a lassie collie, as they're known. And this is the actual genetic health certificate, and this was from paw prints, but I'm not going to endorse any testing company. What I'm going to say is sometimes these testing companies get pretty proud of their product, and their prices get pretty high. So look around. There's lots of genetic health testing companies that you can choose from. And we got a rhubarb there. My female dogs are having a rhubarb over there, but they'll get over it. Anyhow, this was from one of my dogs, Paris. And Paris got run over and got killed, so she's no longer with me. But anyhow, the six common defects of a collie is collie eye anomaly, cyclic neuropathy, degenerative myelopathy, hypertension, multi-drug resistance, and progressive renal atrophy. And what you want to see when you have the genetic test come back is normal or clear. And you see, this dog was normal, clear of all of her tests. Now, if she'd come back and she was a carrier, that would have meant she was carrying one gene of these genetic defects, and one gene won't affect the puppy, except for the jury's kind of out on this multi-drug resistance here, and they, from what I can gather, my limited information on it is this multi-drug resistance. Even if they're carrying one gene, you want to treat it like they're carrying two genes. And what that means is, like, you can't give them some worm medicines and so on and so forth. So you can do a little self-study on that, or tell your veterinarian that they're carrying a gene of it, and when they go to worm them, there's certain worming medicines and whatnot that you can't give them. So, but anyhow, normal clear, it don't get any better than that, and that's what you want to look for. Now, and the reason I'm making this, I don't know how many times I've had people say, have you had them checked by the vet for collie eye anomaly, which is at the top of the list. And that's the one, if you go to the AKC website or some website, that'll be what they, you know, they'll tell you if the dog's been checked by the vet for this. Well, if the vet has to tell you that you've got collie eye anomaly, you've really screwed up big time. You do not want to get that far. And what you want to be doing is you want to say, have you got a canine genetic health certificate that shows what defects they're carrying? And then that tells the tale. You don't have to rely on after the fact and having the vet tell you that after the fact that your dog's carrying two genes of collie eye anomaly. And how that works is if you have a dog, and let's just use collie eye anomaly as the defect, if you're carrying one gene, that dog will never be affected. But if he's got two genes, say you breed this dog that's carrying one gene of Collie eye anomaly to another dog that's carrying one gene of Collie eye anomaly, there's a 25% chance that them dogs are gonna pass on two genes to that puppy of Collie eye anomaly, and the effects can be negligible to totally blind. So unless you're getting ready, if you're willing to take care of a totally blind dog, then no big deal. But if you're not, then you need to be checking this stuff out beforehand. And a little bit of self-study goes a long way. And if the dog has one gene of, say, Collie eye anomaly, that could be any one of these 6 though. Say he has one gene of one of these, then he has a 50% chance of passing it on to his offspring. If the dog you made him to has one gene of that, then that other dog has a 50% chance. So what that means is if you have a dog with a Collie eye anomaly and you breed it to another dog with Collie eye anomaly, there's a 25% chance that dog's going to be affected by Collie eye anomaly, and the problem could be anywhere from slight to totally blind or whatever. So best to know that ahead of time. And I'm pretty proud of this. Normal Clear, this dog, although I don't no longer have her, she had perfect DNA. Well, perfect as you can get. And this is Elvira, one of my dogs, and same testing outfit. And her first litter, she had 8 puppies, and I thought she was done, and she wasn't. And by the time we figured out she had more puppies in her, we had to spay her. So I ended up giving her to a couple, but she had perfect DNA also. And I kept one of her male puppies. And so this is my dog Buster here. Here's what a dog looks like that's carrying one gene, and then they'll draw it to your attention, so there's no way you can miss it. Collie eye anomaly, and he's a carrier. What that means is he's carrying one gene of it. So I have to be careful that I don't breed him to another dog that's carrying a gene of it. And this is Buster's full genetic health certificate, and the carrier on that one gene, and then he's clear on the rest of them. Okay, this is Junior. He's a puppy from Elvira and Buster, and it's a wisdom panel DNA test report. And I called him B2 at that time, but his name is really Junior. He was just born in end of October last year, in 2020. Okay, so first at the top of the list is Collie eye anomaly, and although he was Buster's puppy, he came back clear because Buster only had a 50-50 chance of passing on the gene to him, and he didn't. And Elvira was clear, and so therefore the puppy's clear, and I had to give Elvira away, like I said, because we had to spay her, and anyhow, it made more sense to give her to a couple that could give her more attention than me. But anyhow, he came back clear on the one's account, and actually 11 pages of genetic health conditions, he came back clear on them all. And then 12 through 14 is just coat DNA and whatnot, and so on and so forth. But anyhow, just to kind of recap, is don't, you know, my advice to you, don't be asking the breeder if he has had him checked, the puppy checked by a vet for collie eye anomaly and any of the defects that collies or any registered dog for that matter, purebred dog, is going to have their own set of genetic health defects that they're liable to inherit. And so anyhow, ask them for a copy of the DNA test or from the parents if nothing else, and you'll have a pretty good idea what to expect then. And like I say, if you wait until you need a vet to tell you that you have a genetic defect, you've gone way too far. And, so, like I say, I don't recommend one testing service over the other, because there'll be times when they get really proud of their testing services, shop around a little bit for a affordable test, one that covers all the bases and so on and so forth. And on a collie, really, there's 6 tests that you should check them for, and the rest of them are not so important. And I'll go over them 6 again. It's collie eye anomaly, cyclic neuropathy, degenerative myelopathy, hypercourgia, multi-drug resistance, and progressive renal arthropathy. And like I say, takes 2 genes for the puppy to be affected. You don't want that except for the multi-drug resistance. And what I understand is they recommend that you treat just 1 gene, and it's easy to watch out for the multi-drug resistance. If you tell the vet that your dog has a copy of multi-drug resistance, he'll go off and go to his library and study it a little bit, and then come back with a list of drugs that the dog can't take or shouldn't take. And that's about as simple it is. I hope this kind of clears it up for people. But canine genetic health testing is what you want to be doing, and not waiting until you buy the puppy and then ask the breeder if you had him checked out by a veterinarian for collie and eye anomaly. That's going at it the wrong direction. Thank you.